Ooh, interesting. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News with today's Tuesday tip. We're going to be talking today about some ways to help get that phone to start to ring. If you're just starting out in the DJ industry, you are just, we've got this daunting task of getting your name out there so people will call, so they will hire you for events. No one will know you're there just because you bought speakers or you have a great, awesome sound system. No, they won't know. You have to get your name out there. And there's two ways to do that. Lots of ways to do it, but there's two main, and I'm going to break it down into two. Either there's things where you need to pay for marketing and advertising to get your name out there, or things where you're going to be paying, that's with money, or you're going to be using sweat equity to get your name out there. And we're going to look at some sweat equities options or ideas here in this video. We're going to be talking about today doing things like customer appreciation events or open houses or different things with businesses where they'll be having like a grand opening or maybe a ribbon cutting ceremony where you can come in and be able to perform a little bit and help them with their activity or their event and maybe create an atmosphere for them which they'll love, and it also helps you by getting your name out there. Now these events can happen, you see these at grocery stores where they will have music going on, and just during an afternoon or an evening when they want to get people in there for a tasting. That's very common. Open houses, especially as you get into the spring and summer months, you're going to have different businesses that want to have an open house, and you can come in there and be part of that. It's not going to cost them anything, it's not going to cost you anything but a little bit of sweat equity once again, but it could be a great area to get some exposure. And then of course the ribbon cutting, grand opening type things that happen with brand new businesses. The big thing that's difficult with these is trying to figure out, okay, how do I find out where these things are going to be happening, or where do you find out about them? Well, as you saw, I was holding a newspaper in our opening clip. Local small town newspapers, or even kind of not the main big newspapers that cover like the major geographics like the New York Times, things like that, but some of the more neighborhood newspapers are going to have some things that are going to talk about the neighborhood businesses. That could be a source to find out who's going to be, who's starting out, who's opening, the under new ownership type of things. Those are signs that there might be something coming up that you could be involved with. You can also go and talk to like the Chamber of Commerce. If you don't belong to a Chamber of Commerce, that's something I would definitely look into. But going and talking to the Chamber of Commerce and saying, hey, I would like to not only be involved, but I'd like to offer my services as part of that welcome package where people go in there and they do the ribbon cutting. They need PA for that. They might like some music for that. That's a great opportunity to go out there. And then the other option is just to really just go knock on doors. Pay attention to what's going on around. Be aware of new businesses that are showing up, and go and knock on their door and say, hey, I see you guys are open, and I'd love to come in and help you and make your grand opening or your open house or whatever just a huge success. I can bring in some music and the microphones for you, and let's just give you a kick to start your business. All about them, not about you. Just you're there to serve them. And they'll be like, okay, great, how much is it going to cost? You know what, I just want to help you get started and get you going, and if I can hand out a business card or two, that's wonderful. But let's just focus on making your day and your event huge, because that will mean that if you can do that and serve them, they're going to recommend you, and they're going to be there to help support you in the long run. So the big thing though that comes from this is, okay, so we've got some of these events, and they're not paying events, so that kind of sucks. So don't do them on Saturday if you can at all avoid it. But how can you take advantage of them? What can you do to kind of make it so it's the most effective for you? The first off, again, you're offering your services for free. If they're going to put advertising out there and they're going to put posters out there, please ask that if they can include your name. Ideally, this is one of the reasons why I changed my DJ business, that we went to djjohnyoung.com. Make sure that it's your name and your URL. That's 2 lines. If they can do that and squeeze that in there, that's really the only kind of requirement I would ask, is that on your signs, please make music by DJ John Young from djjohnyoung.com would be great, and that's a huge thing for you. If they're going to have any banners made that are going to be up on display, ask that you could be on those banners. Not in a big prominent thing, but just kind of music's provided by DJ John Young would be kind of cool. But you want to make sure you're getting a hold of these companies in advance long enough so you can request that, okay, I'm not going to charge you for this. This would be $150, $200 an hour if you're going to have to rent the things and do the da-da-da. But I would ask for a couple of things. And then in this day and age, most of these businesses probably have social media sites, and ask them if they would, mention you on their social media sites and say, hey, we're having an open house Friday and the music's going to be provided by DJ John Young, and here's his, a link to his social media sites. Just ask them to show you a little bit of love. You can do a lot for them with your PA and microphones and music and different things to set that tone for the day. So you just want to get a little bit of love back, and these are the things you want to talk about in advance. Hey, I'm not going to be charging, but we'd like to work back and forth. And on your social media sites also, you need to be promoting the event. Hey, I'm going to be playing this Friday over at the local grocery store's open house. Please, guys, come on out and check it out. You can sign up for prizes, whatever. But having it so you're helping them, they're helping you, it works back and forth really well, and you can lead to more calls, more business and such down the road. Well, that's our Tuesday tip for the week. Hopefully that was something that could help you, give you some ideas, maybe spur some ideas in the old noggin there for ways that you can go and get your name out there. If you've got something you've done, especially in this kind of line in this area, please go put that in the comments down below. Share some ideas, because there's a lot of DJs who are just starting out and are really trying to figure out what they can do and how they can go out there and start and get their business kind of a little going, jumpstart, what have you. So please share some ideas if you've got something that's worked very well for you in the past. If this is your first time watching one of our Tuesday tips, thank you very much for watching. You can go and click the playlist link that's down below in the description. That has all the Tuesday tips. That's a playlist for that, so you can go and click on that and watch some of the other Tuesday tips, and hopefully you guys will be able to learn something that'll help your business. But that's it for me. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV with our Tuesday tips of the week.
If I were you, I'd hit the subscribe button before I hit the video. But don't mess things up. Wanna know why? Because I'm Batman.